Now, just to discuss that a little bit, we see that in Acts of the Apostle, Ellen White writes, 124, paragraph 2, a slain general in battle is lost to his enemy, to his army, but his death gives no additional strength to the enemy. But when a man of prominence joins the opposing force, not only are his services lost, but those to whom he joins himself gain a decided advantage. Saul of Tarsus, on his way to Damascus, might easily have been struck dead by the Lord, and much strength would have been withdrawn from the persecuting power. So if God had to kill Saul at that point, the persecuting power at that point for the Christians or the apostles or the chosen of God, of Jesus Christ, his disciples, that would have been retracted and there would not have been much persecution. However, but God in his providence not only spared Saul's life, but converted him, thus transferring a champion from the side of the enemy to the side of Christ. An eloquent speaker, a severe critic, Paul, with his stern purpose and undaunted courage, possessed the very qualifications needed in the early church. God saw the potential in Saul, and that's more important. It's very easy to get rid of someone, okay? But having someone converted and then speak for you, there lies more power, because Saul was an eloquent speaker. He was a critic, right? He was a critic in the sense of he pointed out people to their wrong. He pointed out people to the issues. Remember, he was the one who was saying Jesus was an imposter. He was also the one saying that the disciples were blasphemous. So he was quite critical in his evaluation when it came to the apostles and to Jesus. So God transferred him, therefore meaning now he will be a critic towards the Pharisees, the Sanhedrin, and the Jewish community that didn't believe in Jesus, upholding the truths that he learned from the apostles regarding Jesus' mission, regarding the importance of the gospel that Jesus had brought. So there was a transfer of champion, brothers and sisters. And God saw that this man Saul had the qualifications that needed for the early church, meaning that this man was an important part to play in the proclamation of the gospel, especially to the Gentiles. Okay, Paul talks about this, I think, not sure exactly where, but he says that Peter was used to proclaim the gospel to the Jews, to the Jewish nation, but Paul was used to proclaim the gospel to the Gentiles, and he did. He went to Arabia, he went to Sicilia, which we're going to see in a second, his travels when he speaks to the Galatians. So important movements here, and God in his providence and his wisdom used Paul in the right way.